Gwenpool versus Ben 10, who would actually win? Great question. I've got the answer coming out on Friday. So, how is everyone? What are we doing? Let's Who is your favorite indie superhero? Who's your favorite indie superhero? Gwenpool versus Ben 10. Who do you think's taken home the W? Because remember, in Gwenpool's latest comic, she kicked Fin Fang Foom into orbit, which was insane. So, do you guys remember Gwenpool's first appearance? Or do you want to know some Ben 10 facts? Ben 10 had a galactic feat in the climax of the Hybrid Invasion arc, where he changed the DNA of the entire hybrid species, switching them with random subjects from the DNA of DNA with the Omnitrix, which gets its DNA from Primus. But did you happen to know I'm making a Ben 10 versus Gwenpool video out this Friday at 4 p.m. AWST? So, who's your favorite indie superhero? Ben 10. And did you know there's a new Ben 10 comic coming out on, let's see, the 6th of May. There's a new Ben 10 comic. It's the most absolute Ben 10 has ever been. The most absolute, the most crazy, the most diabolical Ben 10 has ever been. Wildvine looks like a freaking monster, and there's a brand new Ben 10 comic coming on the horizon. This one is a reboot of the series for old fans and new, and it's got some really awesome stuff. The Ben 10 comic book, you've got Grandpa Max looking like a grizzled war hero. You've got Gwen Tennyson with a really interesting art design. And you've got Ben 10. Hello, Meredith Tim. Welcome to I Am a Nerd. We are currently talking about Ben 10 versus Gwenpool. I've got a video coming out this Friday, Ben 10 versus Gwenpool. Who will win? And just want to hear some feedback on it. Have you heard about the Marvel hero Gwendolyn Poole? Not related to Deadpool, not related to Gwen Stacy. Gwendolyn Poole she's honestly my favorite Marvel character, TBH. She's crazy, she's unhinged, and she's bonkers. Kate Bishop always appears in her comics, so it's always good to get some Kate Bishop representation. And oh yeah, she's probably gonna give Franklin Richards a run for his money in Power. But Ben 10 has reality warping aliens. Feedback can contain a universe. And on the surface, Gwendolyn Poole looks like, hello, Trish Matthew 712. Welcome to I Am a Nerd. We are currently discussing the match, the myth, the legend, Gwendolyn Poole versus Ben 10. Two of my favorite fictional characters, my favorite Marvel hero, and my favorite superhero. Gwenpool is incredibly dangerous. She is a morally grey assassin who got her first official kill in comic books by pushing a highly trained assassin off a ledge and accidentally becoming MODOK's hired assassin. We don't talk about that, but I do. So, Gwendoline Poole is actually the most dangerous Marvel villain ever. And when I say that, I mean it. Even more so than Mephisto. In a really dark storyline, Gwendoline Poole, I don't want to answer what country I'm from for privacy reasons. Oh, I am not American. I would never want to be American, I'm sorry. So, I've got a... So, Gwenpool... so, Ben 10. Did you know the Omnitrix is based on a device from DC called the Hero Dial? Basically, it's a dial that gives you the random power of any superhero. And, well, that got changed to the Hero Dial, to the Hero Watch, to the Omnitrix, which has aliens. The idea to make Ben 10 superheroes aliens was a really original idea, if that makes sense. So, who's your favorite indie superhero? Mine is Ben 10, of course. Maybe Gwen or Max. So, who's your favorite indie hero? Mine is Ben 10, is my favorite superhero of all time. I grew up watching his comics and now is making a comeback. We got a new Ben 10 cartoon coming out. And we've got a Ben 10 Invincible. We've got a Ben 10... Let me think. Ben 10 Ultimate Comics. Not Ultimate. Absolute. We've got Absolute Ben 10 Comics coming out very, very soon. In May 6th. And we've got a new cartoon on the horizon that has been worked on since 2015. There was a leak, which was interesting. Anywho, what do you think about the new Ben 10 leaks for the brand new Ben 10 cartoon? I'm hoping they're going to introduce us to the Ben 10 multiverse with Ben 10 from many different cultures. Because that would be fantastic. Anywho, as long as it's not as bad as the Ben 10 reboot we got in 2016, I'll be happy. Fantabulous. So, who is your favorite indie hero? Leave your comments down below. And what would you do if you had your favorite indie hero's powers? By the way, there is a Ben 10 versus Gwenpool video coming out on my channel this Friday. Friday, I-Day. Gwenpool is seriously my favorite hero from Marvel. I've read almost all of her comics. Gwenpool has expressly said she does not want to be hooked up with Deadpool. That was actually a line on one of her comics, which is completely fair enough. And Gwenpool had, like, a new comic recently. The first part was good, but the rest was kind of not the best. But she destroyed Fin Fang Foom, sending him into orbit with her power of plot manipulation. She might seem just like a regular teenage girl with katanas, but she's got the power of plot armor, and she's going up against Ben Tennyson, which is going to be awesome. In my video this Friday, I-Day. So, if you could have any superpower from Marvel, DC, or indie comics, what would it be? What would I choose? Kryptonian? No, too obvious. Plastic Man's abilities, better than a Green Lantern ring. I'd choose the Omnitrix, yeah, Omnitrix. Let's see. Whose power would you choose if you could have any ability from indie comics? Who would you choose if you could have any power from all of indie comic books? Personally, I would choose... Maybe I'd be an Anodite, or maybe I'd be a Chronosapien hybrid Canacellaran, aka Clockwork hybrid Accelerate from Ben 10. Because imagine a version of Accelerate that has multiversal time manipulation. Crazy. So, I've got a Ben 10 versus Gwenpool video coming out this Friday. It's going to be really cool. Be there and be square. Hello, my name is I Am a Nerd, and I just want this to be a safe place for everyone, so please think before you message and keep it clean in the comments or else we become Freezer. So, if you could custom design superpowers, what would they look like? For me, I'd make it so I can draw power from merch, comic books, whatever, and gain the powers of the comic book character within the pages, which would be awesome. Always the power of the title character. Actually, I'd have a magic ring that gives you the power of every story I've ever written. I've written quite a few stories. No, I am not driving. I am a passenger. So, I have a brand new video called where Ben 10 fights Gwenpool from Marvel, two of the most powerful characters from their respective universes. You get to decide who wins in the latest fan poll. Ben 10 versus Gwendolyn Poole. Yeah, baby, this fight's gonna rule. Ben 10 turns into a four-arm clash. Ben 10 gets... Gwenpool gets katanas to slash. Sorry, I just did random thing. So, who is your favorite Ben 10 / Marvel character? By the way, we have daily Ben 10 breakdowns and versus battles. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, this is the place for you. We accept all comers who just want to learn something fun. Sorry, I have to go now. Sorry.